This happened about a year ago. Late on a cold winter evening, I was coming home from work. All I wanted was to spend the rest of the night in warmth and comfort, to sit with a cup of hot tea and lemon, to watch some television while sinking into my soft, warm armchair. The entire day had gone wrong. First, I was late for work. My car wouldn't start because of the freezing cold. Then at work, the management was in a bad mood, and that mood spread to everyone. That's why I just wanted to relax and rest once I got home. I entered the lobby of my apartment building and brushed the snow off my coat. Then I pressed the elevator button. A dull click answered me. The elevator clearly had no intention of going anywhere. With a heavy sigh, I started climbing the stairs. When I reached my floor, I found it completely dark. The hallway light was out for some unknown reason. I took out my phone and used its screen to light the way as I unlocked my door. I don't know why, but I suddenly had the feeling that someone was watching me. An unpleasant chill ran down my spine. Finally managing to open the lock, I stepped inside, then turned around. No one was there. I calmed down. I went into the apartment, turned on the hallway light, locked the door, and began to undress. I tossed aside my hat and jacket, pulled off my boots, then went to the bathroom to wash away the exhaustion of the day. I put the kettle on, sliced some lemon, walked into the living room, and turned on the television. I found my favorite show, made my tea, and settled comfortably into the armchair. I relaxed. After some time, I must have dozed off. I woke up suddenly to the sound of someone persistently ringing my landline phone. Jumping to my feet and cursing under my breath, I walked over and picked up the receiver. There was complete silence on the other end. I shouted, "Hello," but heard nothing in response. Annoyed, I hung up and went to bed. I glanced at the clock. It was 15 minutes to midnight. I straightened the bed, buried my face in the soft pillow, and immediately fell asleep. Then the phone rang again. I woke up. The clock read exactly 3 a.m. Yawning, I picked up the receiver. Again, silence. Thinking someone was playing a cruel joke, I was already about to say everything I thought about the caller, when suddenly I heard a woman crying. Then came static. Through the crackling noise, the crying was still audible. Suddenly, a sharp scream, and then silence. Startled, I slowly put the receiver down. I went into the kitchen, lit a cigarette, and stood there thinking about the strange phone call. Eventually, I convinced myself not to dwell on it, that it must have been someone's stupid prank. I went back to bed. For a while, the anxiety wouldn't leave me, but eventually, exhaustion won, pulling me into sleep. The dream was terrifying. Someone was watching me, and that gaze filled me with pure terror. I woke up feeling completely drained. After getting ready for work, I left the building. Outside, there was a police car parked near the entrance and a crowd of neighbors standing around, loudly discussing something. I stepped closer and from their conversation, learned what had happened. The night before, around 8 in the evening, a murder had taken place in our building. A drunk resident had argued with his girlfriend. He beat her and strangled her to death. Then, after swallowing a large amount of pills and washing them down with alcohol, he died as well. A lot of time has passed since that terrible evening. The neighbors no longer talk about it. But sometimes, I still ask myself, was that call on that night a call from the other side?